Hello, I'm in the middle of prepping for my live Design and Draft challenge, so I wanted to sit down with you for a few minutes and tell you a little bit more about it because it starts next Wednesday, so you've still got a few days to sign up, and it's 3 live sessions on Wednesdays, but you also get a recording if you sign up, and I will take you through the whole sort of design process. So this first session is all going to be about looking at inspiration, picking out the details we like, working on how it's actually drafted, and then making a plan from that. And the second session, I will actually teach you 2 really important pattern cutting skills, which are great for beginners, great for pattern hacking, and really universal, so they can be used for lots of different things. And then dart manipulation and creating easy volume. And I'm going to teach you the drafting principles itself, but I'm also going to show you how I would use it on a specific example. And of course, I've picked a vintage design, and I'm going to show it to you in a second. And then the last session is going to be a fit check. So I will make a trial, try it on, and go through the fitting order I do for efficient fitting, and also to spot how to get it right. But the great thing is, because you are either pattern hacking an existing pattern, or you might be even working from a block, it's not the sort of usual fitting where it might be completely wrong, you have to do a full bust adjustment. It's more about getting the design right for you, which is why I love pattern cutting as well. And the design I've chosen is the famous Walkaway dress. And it's a dress I first came across, I think 15 years ago, and I really loved it. I loved the idea of having such a one-piece garment. That's not really one piece, but it's like it ends up being a single fabric piece, and you wrap it around and button it or tie it, and suddenly becomes a fitted dress. However, I've also heard that it's quite hard to fit. It's quite often not that flattering. It takes really big pattern pieces, and it takes a lot longer than it is advertised as. So I thought, this is actually a dress which is probably just as fast to pattern hack or pattern cut as it is to use a commercial pattern. Because if you're using either a close fitting bodice from a commercial sewing pattern you already fitted, so you like already, or you're using your basic bodice block, you can draft this style really quickly and really easily, and you can make it exactly how you want. So whether you want to go for the classic one, like this like buttons or tie, you can see this already has a special neckline. I like this one as well, for example. I love this one where you actually have like lots of fitting and really interesting details at the back, at the front and back. So you've got the lovely yoke and the gathers. And there's another version which I really liked, which is this one again, where you wrap it, so it becomes like a proper wrap dress, but it's still a walkaway dress as such, or pop-over dress, whatever you want to call it. So you can see there's lots of choices for you to try out, whether you want to go full vintage or more contemporary. And of course, the great thing is, because I teach you the principles behind a dress like that, if it's not for you, you can just use these principles to make any other style. So the dart manipulation I'm going to teach you, and the volume I'm going to teach you, you can apply to lots of pattern cutting and pattern hacking. But I've just chosen a vintage inspiration image I think hopefully be interesting to lots of people, but which is also one of those where pattern cutting actually makes it hopefully easier, and also makes it to your own taste. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I will get a dress out of it finally. So hopefully with the live Design and Draft challenge, I will sort of get to know you a little bit better, teach you some really invaluable skills you can use, whether you want to use commercial sewing patterns or whether you want to get started with more in-depth pattern cutting. And also I always think a challenge like that is a really good kickstart to make something. Of course, you don't have to make something. You can also just join me, and as part of the challenge, you also get some half-scale blocks. You can just try out and experiment with the new skills you've learned and create a series of little trials and stuff like that. Or you can also just join me and learn and have some fun pattern cutting together. So it starts next Wednesday. The sessions are always around 1:30 UK time, which is morning time if you are in US, so you can have your breakfast and join me. And I think if you're in anywhere east of me, it gets sort of afternoon to evening. So hopefully a lot of you can join me live. Otherwise, you will get a recording, and you get access to the recording on my website, where I'm holding it for the duration of the challenge. And there'll also be littles of challenges where you can upload your photos and stuff, and I will upload my progress as well. And there's also a community where I will post things like the half skirt block, a pattern cutting planner, a fitting checklist, all these sort of things which hopefully come in handy and just give you a little bit of, you know, inspiration, a little bit of a kickstart to maybe get sewing and pattern cutting again. And also just, I love getting to know you and to share the love of pattern cutting. So I'm hoping we get to do lots of that. So I'm now going to set up the last emails, write a welcome message as well for everybody. And if you want to join me, I put the link in the description. It's now Friday, so you've got just over 4 days to join me, and I would really love to see you inside the live design and draft challenge. Just click on the link in the description, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.